Hi everyone, welcome back to the Tech It to the Max podcast, the podcast where we cut through the tech noise and give you clarity and confidence to help your business grow. I'm Chris Wright, and today we're going straight into a topic that's confusing quite a few business owners right now, and that's the difference between AI and automation. A lot of time they're used together and confused a little bit. I kind of want to get through the fog a little bit, clear it, and let's make some clarity on the differences between them and also how AI can be used to implement into your business. A lot of business owners I've been speaking to, there seems to be an element of confusion when they're looking at AI and automation in terms of both. Now, if you're one of the people there where you've got a kind of a good understanding between the difference of automation and AI, then hey, this podcast may not be for you, or you may learn something new. Who knows? But it'll only be a short one, and I just want to kind of discuss and understand the differences between them. You know, I've even seen AI listed on the side of toasters and water bottles, which in my opinion is absolute crazy. So there's no wonder there's any confusion between the difference of automation and AI. So what I'm kind of want to explain is the difference between them and how they can help your business moving forward and any pitfalls that you should look for. So let's get straight into it. So looking at automation is a rule-based decision-making process that you would have in place. Think of a flow chart that if you've got any ISO standards within your side of your business, you'll have a flow of the diamonds and the squares. You've kind of got a start and an end. It's what we tell it to do. It won't go outside of that. It will only do what's expected. That is automation. AI, on the other hand, it's decision-making. It's creative. It works on the data that it's got, looks for patterns, and looks for things where it can help you make that decision on larger amounts of data. They're the differences between automation and AI. Now, if I put this into a kind of a concept, let's look at if we were going to make a chess computer that to kind of work with a human and say, right, we're going to build one that's purely based on automation. We would have to code and develop every move that computer would make. So we would have to tell it, this opponent has made that move, this opponent's made that move, so therefore do that move. There would have to be every permutation of that. If there wasn't, it wouldn't know what to do. So if the opponent made a move that we hadn't accounted for, it would then kind of go, freak out a little bit and go, can't do that. And it would just kind of freeze, probably where you would see a kind of an application crash, for example. But anyway, that's how automation would work if it was that chess bot. If we then created one with AI in mind, we could give it millions and millions of game data of showing how different moves have happened between different opponents and how them games were won or lost. It can then analyze that data and then help make a decision based on that data on how to play that game against that opponent based on patterns and trends that had happened in them chess games many, many times before. And that would allow it to work with you in terms of that chess. So the opponent could play a move. The computer then would make another move based on that, and it would base its decisions based on historic data that it's got. And that's, in essence, the main differences between automation and AI. So how does this work then for a business? How is this going to kind of work? And automation, you've probably already got a lot of automation already within your business. If, for example, you have invoice reminders, they are an example of automation. It's based on a rule base. If you set an invoice reminder, if it isn't paid after 7 days, then send out an email to that end user or the customer or whoever's owing you that money, it will do that. If you don't update that it has paid and the system doesn't see that it's paid, it's got no data on that. It'll just go out and send it anyway. It knows no other. It just follows the rules and the instructions that you've given it. With AI, the difference is you can give it a load of data for it to have a look at and look for patterns and trends to help you. So, for example, I'll give you an example of what we have worked with internal IT desk. So we can give it ticket data of all the tickets that we've had logged for the last few years with our customers and kind of go, right, have a look at this ticket data. How can we improve our response times? Or is there repeat tickets that we can kind of become more automated, or where can we use automation? And it can help make you decisions better on the data that you've got within your business. And they're the main differences now between automation and AI. So I really kind of hope that kind of gives you some kind of examples of how that can really help your business and where automation and AI can be used. The next bit that I want to move on to next is pitfalls and key things you should be looking at with implementing AI and a few little surprises along the way. Cool. So the next bit I want to focus on then is implementing this into a business. How can you get reasonable benefits from using AI into your business, and where do you even start from bringing that into your business? Now, I'm not going to discuss automation. The reason being for that, if you have already got a level of automation in your business, me going over that again is probably not the best use of your time. And even if you do want to speak about more automation, by all means reach out to us or reach out to your current provider, and they're more than happy to kind of go through that. What I want to focus on today is I want to focus on the AI and get rid of a couple of few myths and thoughts on where AI stands within a business. So we use AI internally. We have Copilot M365 for all our agents. We took that decision about a year ago now to roll that out for everyone so they got access to AI. With us having quite a tech-focused staff within our business, what we didn't want to do is prevent them from looking and using these tools to be able to experiment and play with. By implementing these tools at this stage, it meant that we could provide tools for AI for our staff's data then, and the data they were using with that AI to keep within that M365 realm. Now, our thinking on this was, as leaders, so as both me and Steve and the management team discussed, it's key that we embrace that from being a tech point of view, but also we want to give and empower our staff to be able to get the most out of the tools that are there. And what we've been able to see is where within, whether it be from marketing, whether it be within projects, whether it be in tech support, whether it be in cybersecurity, or whether it be from myself is in terms of leading the business and more the management side of it, we've seen elements where AI has kind of boosted our productivity, and kind of we're starting to see where we've seen either 2x, 3x, or maybe even 4x in our key staff that we've got within the business by then being able to respond, make decisions, and look at them data quicker than what we would have done without AI. There are quite a few models out there. You've got Claude, ChatGPT, you've got Gemini, and a whole host of all different AI models that your business can utilize and use. Copilot, on the other hand, that keeps data within its own tenancy. Now, there's no secret knowing that there are better AI models than Copilot, but the difference of where Copilot does is it keeps that data safe within your Microsoft tenancy, so then you're not at risk of sharing anything confidential out onto the big World Wide Web. And yes, there may be some differences with the other ones, but ultimately, let's keep that trust within the Microsoft tenancy. So we took that decision as leaders. What we are still finding is it's still quite a slow uptake of business leaders empowering their staff to use AI within their business. And the worry is, and what we're starting to see is, we can see that end users are ahead of where the business leaders are. They are starting to use shadow AI. They're looking for alternatives to use to help them be better at their job, become more productivity, deliver on them KPIs that they've got, and they're looking for easier ways to do it, and they're bringing in them tools to do it. So just to sum up on this section then, us as leaders, we are the bottlenecks in some cases for our business not adopting new technologies. We took that plunge over a year ago. I really would suggest that you and your business take that plunge into AI and have a look to see where that business benefits are. You're not replacing staff, you're empowering your staff, which as leaders is what we should be about and what we should be doing. Empowering staff to do more for us. And using the Copilot chat that now comes as part of your M365 subscription, it's going to help you out a lot. It's going to help you out in terms of empowering your staff as a safe application for them to be able to ask questions and help them make better decisions and be quicker within their job. We can see improvements of from 15 to 35% on production from staff within your business, and that's on the table for you to be able to take advantage of. It's a free for Copilot chat. Yeah, it doesn't have the bells and whistles of integrating with M365, but for the most part, it'll probably do the job for what you need to do to get going. To wrap up on this podcast, I appreciate your time, and I appreciate if you're still at this point listening. Thank you very much. It's much appreciated. I can babble on a little bit, but hopefully you've all had something you can take away. So to wrap up, AI and automation, both completely different, but they are tools for your business that you can take advantage of right now and today. Chances are you've already got automation within your business. It's AI. Where is the next step you need to take? But you just need to change your mindset on how that works and not see AI and automation as the same. See them as two different things with two different outcomes. And if you think back, use a chess analogy that I had earlier. It'll probably give you an idea of how to approach using which tool is best for your business. And if you really are kind of got a problem that you need help with, give us a shout. We've got a fantastic team over at Hydrogen, which will be able to help you kind of demystify the differences between that automation and AI and help you kind of select the right tool moving forward. And us as leaders, let's empower our staff. Let's empower them to make our business better, stronger, and more efficient. And with tools like this, you've got efficiencies that are on the table that you can utilize. I'm Chris Wright. Thank you very much for listening and hope to speak to you again in the next podcast. Thank you very much. Bye.